Alright. Because it's been all over my social media feeds, why not have a look at goddamn Thomas and Friends? I remember, like, I grew up in the 90s. I remember watching this this show. It's always a fun watch. For God's sake, why is the back on the far right? Alright, let's do the introduction, see what this is like. Here goes Birdie.
Hello there, and welcome to Farquhar Station.
God, it's weird seeing them as like more humanized instead of little toy models.
You will need to learn how to drive one of my engines, and I could think of none better than Thomas. In this short introduction, you will be taken through every step needed to make sure that Thomas is a really useful engine, and I'm sure you will be an expert driver in no time.
God, it's weird just seeing the face move around like I only ever watched the models series. I know it went CGI in the 2000s, but by then I was long off the series. So it was weird just seeing him look like this.
This introduction again at any time by choosing the introduction to Sodor.
There we go.
Hello, driver. Climb on board, and we can get started.
I'm more used to Ringo Starr's voiceovers than the current one. I know the guy who's doing the voiceovers, he was the...
Follow the markers in front of you as
he was one to replace like Ringo Starr in the UK version dubs before they switched to everyone having their own voices.
This is Thomas's cab. If you want a better view, you can change between this view and the inside cab view. There are many locations on the railways of Sodor where lines separate or join together. These involve a network of points that set the direction the train will be travelling. On the main line, most of these points are controlled by the closest signal box. However, there are yards and junctions that require the points to be set manually. Thomas's friends Annie and Clarabelle are waiting at the station platform. In order to reach Annie and Clarabelle, you will first need to switch the points so that it sets the correct track. You can set the points by climbing down out of the cab, walking over and interacting with it.
I always say this, the graphics do look nice. I know, I think this game was developed by the guys who made Train Simulator. So it would look nice.
You can also change the points on the map, which can be accessed by pressing the key shown now.
Yep.
Excellent work so far. The junction is now correctly set. So it is time to move Thomas out of the siding and over to Annie and Clarabelle. To move Thomas forward, press and hold the button shown now on the screen to increase. Well done. You're doing a good job so far.
All right.
To slow Thomas down, press and hold the button shown to begin applying the brakes.
And we need to find the spot where the rail changes back. How fast can we make him go? Do we really need to go this far out to...
As you can see, the throttle has returned to 0. This means that Thomas is now ready to travel in either forward or reverse. To make Thomas reverse, remember to slow down when approaching Annie and Clarabelle. You should be going at no more than 5 miles per hour when attempting to couple to coaching stock and troublesome trucks.
Did we really need to be that far up the rail from the switching points? Seems a little bit excessive. And there are a bunch of animals playing football. Right, coupled.
Hello, Annie. Hello, Clarabelle.
hello, Thomas. To allow passengers to climb aboard, you will...
All aboard.
There are other cameras available to use during your adventures on Sodor. Let's look at another one now. Using the button shown on screen, change to the free camera.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You are now using the free camera. With this camera, you can freely fly around to wherever you'd like. You are still able to fully control your train whilst using this camera, and it's very useful for getting a good look at your surroundings. Move the camera out. Now move the camera so that... Now return to the inside camera view using the button shown here. Remember, you can drive Thomas from both the inside cab view and the outside camera you were shown earlier. Good job. It looks like everyone has boarded now. You can go ahead and close the passenger doors using the...
That's a good thing a lot of these people don't seem to be in a rush, since they're taking ages to get going.
You've got a green signal, so you're ready to continue to the next station. Increase the throttle once again to move Thomas forward.
I have no insurance. Okay, we're going to Hackenbeck Station. 1.6. I would say though, this game is about, like, it seems a bit simple, but I do find it relaxing. It's like when I played Power Wash Simulator. Just playing a game that's just to like chill and not have to stress about anything. Besides, who doesn't like trains? I like trains. Hey, have you heard about I like Iron Kids? Nothing wrong. I like trains. God, I haven't watched that Asta film video in ages.
Remember to slow down as you approach a station you want to stop at, so that you come to a safe stop.
know what the perfect speed to slow down at is.
Good work. Now open the passenger doors to allow the passengers to start boarding.
From it there, I thought Annie and Clarabelle were hooked up. We're starting to roll back.
Splendid job. It looks like you and Thomas make a great team. And I'm certain you will be an expert driver in no time.
You're a great driver. I can't wait to start our adventures together.
Feed me. Right, next scenario. Thomas and Gordon. I think this was the first episode ever.
Thomas and Gordon.
I'm also just thinking of Choo Choo Charles now.
Thomas is a tank engine who lives at the big station on the Island of Sodor. He has 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. He is a fussy little engine too, always pulling coaches about, getting them ready for the big engines to take on long journeys. And when trains arrive at the station, he pulls the empty coaches away so that the big engines can go and rest. Thomas thinks no engine works as hard as he does. He loves playing tricks on them, especially Gordon, the biggest and proudest engine of all. Thomas likes whistling cheekily at him.
Wake up, lazy bones. Why don't you work hard like me?
One morning, Thomas found it hard to wake up. His fire went out, and there wasn't enough steam. It was nearly time for the express, but the coaches weren't ready. At last, Thomas started. He fussed into the station where Gordon was waiting. "Hurry up, you," said Gordon, "and bring me my coaches."
Hurry yourself, replied Thomas.
Thomas is a bit of an ass.
"Yes," said Gordon, "I will."
Right. Oh, wait, what? Wait. Oh, the brake was on. Oh, Gordon's going off onto a siding, it looks like. I think the game is glitched because Gordon's following my every move. Unless he's pulling in. Oop. Medic. Those are express coaches. Wait, what's going on? I think I was supposed to stop on the turntable because I'm not. Yeah, I think I booked it here. Here we go. I remember looking up, apparently in the options menu there is a on by default there, the actually train rail switcher is on by default, so you don't actually have to get out and change it. Alright, let's push these things. Oh wow, it actually takes into account the weight of the stuff you're pushing, because my speed is actually going up very slow now that I'm pushing the express coaches. Which also means I'll have to brake a bit earlier, because the weight would stop me from pushing them. Come on. Come on. Damn it. I keep pulling the left trigger for brake, thinking that will put me in reverse. I would say this though, just like looking at this, like the shunting and that, just shows how much work goes into maintaining rails. There goes a plane. I wonder, was there any plane characters in the show? I remember I had a helicopter toy, but that was about it for aircraft. I can't see anything outside this tunnel. You think the cab would have like a little lamp or something. What's that red light on the back of the coach? Alright, let's push. The bad thing as well is the freaking fact that it looks like you can't change your camera angle while while the coaches are still in the tunnel. And also the fact that I can't see shit. I prefer to be with the coaches there. There we go. All right, let's bring the speed down. Right, Gordon is coupled.
Gordon hadn't forgiven Thomas for waking him up from this nap. As soon as the last passenger had climbed on board, he started up so quickly that there was no time to uncouple Thomas.
Right, more power is Gordon. Jeez, you cannot see anything outside Gordon.
Stop! Stop! Come on, keep up, called Gordon.
Okay, we're picking up steam now as Gordon. There's our location over there. It's just a shame there's no music, it looks like. I think I read that apparently the music issue is like a bug with the game that they haven't patched yet. I wonder if I can see anybody else on the rails. We're in the middle of the line, so I don't think we'll be stopping at any stop point until we move to just left or right side.
Laughed Gordon. Poor Thomas was going faster than he had ever gone before. He was out of breath and his wheels hurt him, but he had to go on.
Alright, we're gonna hit 75 miles per hour. We hit 88. We might go back. We might hit the time stream. Okay, once we hit, I'd say about 1.5 miles to go, I'll start slowing down. Looks like 70 miles per hour is the max limit for Gordon at this elevation.
Express coming through.
Stop, please.
My speed is decreasing and my hand isn't on any of the buttons. Here's Thomas. Hey, what's going on here? I can't get out of the pause menu. I can't get out of the map menu. I can't slow down. We got a problem. I can't stop this crazy train. Oh, crap. Hit the brakes. I can't stop it. Scenario failure. I can't believe that happened. Is there checkpoints? This? Oh my! All right.
Thomas and Gordon.
I'll be right back. Right. Now we fixed that issue. Note to self: do not press the pause button or the map button anymore. I will say there's one knock against this game, besides the lack of music, is the lack of checkpoints and the lack of ability to skip dialogue. So if you fail one of these missions, and these missions look like they can go long, you are stuck doing everything over again. Like, the best way they could have done this was just a checkpoint for when you switch to Gordon. Seriously? There we go.
At last, they stopped at a station. Well, little Thomas, chuckled Gordon, now you know what hard work means, don't you? Thomas was uncoupled, and he felt very silly and exhausted. Poor Thomas puffed slowly away to rest and had a long, long drink. After that, he was careful to never be cheeky to Gordon again.
Hey. Thomas goes fishing.
Thomas goes fishing. When Thomas puffed along his branch line, he always looked forward to something special: the sight of the river. As he rumbled over the bridge, he would see people fishing. Thomas often wanted to stay and watch. One day, Thomas stopped as usual to take on water at the station by the river. Out of order? Bother! I'm thirsty. Never mind, Thomas, said his driver. We'll get some water from the river. They found a bucket and some rope and went to the bridge.
Oh, it's... No. Why am I getting the green yard go button from over there? I nearly went off the freaking roof there. Doop. All right, let's fill up Thomas.
That's good, puffed Thomas happily.
Surely you'd need a bigger bucket to fill up a freaking train. Right, all aboard. It's the wrong direction. All right, let's get a move on. What is the red light on all their backs for? Hey, look, it's the windmill. All right, I had a phone call. Let's get this show back on the road. All aboard. Where are we? Makeways. Nice little town. Area. Alright, off to Hackenback Station. That is over that way. Nice. overshot. Huh, it's weird. For overshooting, it didn't give me the scenario failed message. All aboard.
Suddenly, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. "Oh dear," groaned Thomas. "I think I'm going to burst. I've got such a pain. I've got such a pain."
Right. Alright, we'll just leave them here.
They stopped just outside the last station, uncoupled Annie and Clarabel, and ran Thomas, who was still groaning, onto a siding right out of the way.
So yeah, we're just gonna leave them two there on the middle of a freaking rail line.
Then, while the guard telephoned for an engine inspector, the driver found a notice with large letters, which he hung on Thomas in front and behind. "Danger, keep away." Soon the inspector and Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "Cheer up, Thomas," they said. "We'll soon put you right." The driver told them what had happened. "So the feed pipe is blocked," said the inspector. "I'll just look in the tanks." He climbed up and peered in. Then he came down. "Excuse me, sir. Please look in the tank and tell me what you see." "Certainly, Inspector," replied Sir Topham Hatt. He clambered up, looked in, and nearly fell off in surprise. "Inspector," he whispered, "can you see fish?" "Gracious goodness
Wouldn't the
me,
fish have all
how
been
did the
boiled to
fish
death
get
in a
there,
steam?
driver?" "We must have fished them from the river with our bucket," replied Thomas's driver. "Well, Thomas, you and your driver have been fishing. But fish don't suit you. We must get them out." They all took turns fishing in Thomas's tank, while Sir Topham Hatt looked on and told them how to do it. "Never mind, Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt. "You will be all right now. There's no need to worry yourself any more. But," he added, "I do hope that you and your driver won't go fishing again, as I don't think it suits engines. Do you?"
No, sir, said Thomas sadly. Engines shouldn't go fishing. It's too uncomfortable.
Alright, we call that there. It was just a fun little romp through Thomas and friends. Maybe we'll come back to this later. But for now, that was a good quick look at. We outie.